This up then, let's get into the main event of the weekend between Leon Edwards and Colby Covington. Leon Edwards making his second title defense against Motor Mouth Colby Covington.
Shall we? Big differences. I mean, height-wise, you got a taller Leon Edwards. He's going to be taller just by a smidge. It's not going to make a big difference, to be fair. And then in the reach as well, you got 2-inch advantage for Leon Edwards, and that's going to be important for the game plan he's going to want to be implementing here.
Big stuff.
Yeah, with the legs and with the hands. So fundamentally, what you tend to find is you got the striker in Leon Edwards, the kickboxer, who's been able to deny the takedowns from Usman before in his run up to gold. But also he's been able to knock him out with a leg kick as well, which is something few have been able to do. So that up against a wrestler in Covington, who fundamentally has been dominating and molding people in first round to the fifth round with his wrestling.
In an interview with DC the other day, I don't know if you guys have seen it, he was talking to Kamaru Usman about this fight. And one thing that Kamaru said, which was quite interesting really, is that he felt that Colby is going to be relentless with the takedown attempts. He's not going to stop. He's going to keep forward and keep trying and keep trying and keep trying. Yep. Just something that Usman didn't necessarily do with Leon. And the reason for that is Usman has a lot of confidence and trust in his hands as well. So if he didn't get a takedown, he's willing to obviously peel back, reset, and then start again with the hands, right? Which is completely different to Colby's mentality. Colby, I think, in this fight is going to be constantly on him. Yeah,
he has to.
From the get-go.
He has to. He's got no other way of doing it. And I think that whilst it kind of limits his abilities or his game plan, it kind of strengthens that. It's almost like putting your eggs in all your baskets. You're never really committed to the one, but this is it's all in this one. He's all going to be fully committed to it, and he's the right for people to know about it too. Leon Edwards knows it, but the thing is he still, despite knowing the game plan, knowing what he's going to do, going to be able to stop it. When you're as relentless as Colby Covington, you have ways of getting things done. This fight, for example, which a lot of people would argue shouldn't happen.
Yeah, and Colby, the last TKO win he got on his resume was Tyron Woodley, but Woodley got a rib injury, so that's the reason why he picked up a TKO win there. But prior to that, his last TKO win was against Max Griffin, and that was back in 2016. So, there's not much power in Colby's shots there. We already know what the cage is going to be like. I think it will come to durability and whether or not Leon can prevent takedowns from Colby. Yeah. Which is a bit of a question. Yeah, he did well against Usman, which, was quite surprising in that second fight. Yeah, all right, he used the fence a couple of times, maybe. But he did get the point taken away and still won the fight. However, I think we're all going to kind of fall back on the fact that, Usman's knees haven't been the same. They're really damaged. The fact that Usman has to walk downstairs backwards kind of says a lot, so maybe that could have been a big factor as to why Usman wasn't able to be as effective as he wanted to be with the takedowns. Colby, not going to necessarily have that factor. However, Colby's not fought as much.
No.
He's not been as active.
I mean, you look here, I've been flicking up just before you guys, as you can see along. Significant strike-wise, you've got Edwards naturally, who's looking quite good in the striking department, but grappling, and this is probably where a lot of it comes down to in this particular fight. Takedown average for Colby is 4 times out of what it is in the red corner, and of course accuracy is pretty strong too. The defense is really going to be coming into its own. Now we've seen good takedown defense from Leon Edwards. We've seen him have strong takedown defense against Usman, of course, historically, and that is just going to be tested every little bit here in this fight as well. Against Colby Covington. So it's just going to be an absolute desperation for him to remain standing and just try fight hands whenever he tries to get them together.
Tuto's in the house, by the way. Massive Tuto? Respects, salutes and respects, ATF crew and fam. Greetings from Italy. Hello, greetings, mate. Tuto. Hopefully see you this weekend, brother. Gauges-wise, striking Leon Edwards, without a doubt, that's an easy one.
Yep.
Simples.
Grappling.
Yep, easy. Colby grappling all day. Power, though. Leon Edwards.
Yeah. You think so?
Yeah. Right. Easy.
Leon Edwards gets power.
Speed. Ooh. Leon.
Yeah.
Leon. And then cardio, I'd probably give to Colby.
Colby can have that as well.
Yeah.
So look, it's 2-3. I think that's a decent reflection. It makes sense. I'd agree with the power one as well. Yeah, look, fundamentally, I think it's going to be a stand-up affair, and it favors Leon Edwards. And if it goes to the ground, it, of course, then will favor Colby Covington. Do you reckon it will remain standing?
I think so. I think it might come down to... I think we're going to get a third round finish from Leon. I think that he's going to have to face a lot of takedown attempts from Colby. Colby's very good at kind of shooting for the hips and then sort of trying to take the back and then kind of dragging you down that way. There's a lot of ways that he can get you to the ground. I just think Leon's going to have a good base. Yeah, I think Colby's going to be relentless with it, but I think there's going to be small windows where Leon's going to land big strikes and that could deter around perhaps, especially if Colby is just literally just hugging you most of the time.
Yeah.
And not being effective, just trying effortlessly to get the takedown. Because he's got to get the takedown, he's got to at least do some damage and got to advance if he wants to take a round. So
I actually think Colby will be he will secure the takedown in the first round, or he's going to try for it for sure early on. I reckon the game plan would be to secure that takedown so he can actually just dominate the exchange.
Yeah.
And then basically have Leon Edwards biting on his feints throughout the fight. He really needs to dominate in the first round in order for it to really kind of control Leon with his hips from there on forth. And I reckon that will be the game plan for him.
I think Leon setting his kicks up is going to
be...
be, Leon's very, very quick with his kicks. So I think they're going to be quite a big factor.
Which is why, the first thing Colby's going to do is get in close, not allow him to be at kicking range.
That's very true.
To get straight on in.
The second title fight, however, I do feel like the home advantage for Leon played quite a bit of a factor, really. I'd be interested to see how that fight with Usman would go if it was on US soil. Cray's in the house. Yes, Cray.
It's good, Cray.
What's your predictions, brother? Let's see you back in the house. Breezy says speed equals headshot dead. So, mate, if that happens again,
there it is.
If that happens again, and Colby eats a head kick to the dome, I mean, oh man, honestly, I don't think Leon would spark him like the same way he did with Usman. I think he will wobble, stagger Colby, and then finish him off with his hands. I think that's how it'll happen. Yes. So yeah, that would be my prediction.
Yeah.
What are you going for?
For me, it's tough. I mean, like I said, I do think it's going to be takedown relentless from the very beginning with Colby, and just maul his way through. I think for the narrative, for the UFC, it will be best that belt ends up in Colby's hands.
Bloody hell.
Do you know what I mean? Colby wins it.
Here's the thing. If Colby wins...
I want it, that's not what I want.
If Colby wins, we're going to get Makhachev versus Colby.
Yeah.
If that happens, that's the fight I want. Because that's a seller. That's so intriguing. That's crazy. That's a better fight than Makhachev versus Leon Edwards or Makhachev or Colby versus Bilal. I mean, Colby versus Bilal, I think, might sell in a way that I think there'll be a lot of trash talking, and Colby will sell it himself.
You got Shavkat coming through as well.
Yeah, but Leon versus Bilal, no one wants that. No one wants that. Let's face it. Makhachev versus Leon, not really keen on that one either. So that'll be my take on it.
If Colby walks away with the belt, I think it's just going to be more entertaining for the UFC because it shouldn't happen. He shouldn't have been. This fight shouldn't have been matched up as well.
Yeah.
So it'd be so much stick, and you know what? The backlash kind of makes me a little bit horny. So I'm going with Colby for the upset, but also just the entertainment value.
Breezy says sofa going off the balcony? Question mark. Is that if Colby wins? I mean,
wins.
Just the sofa's going to end up in a hedge down below, and then that'll be it.
Yeah.
Someone
I'll come
will
back
be out
on
of
Monday
bed.
morning. I'm like, what happened? Oh, no, I know who won.
Cray says, I want to be back I want to back Edwards, of course, but have the gut feeling we may see Colby become champ.
Yeah,
I mean, look, it was
I
kind of
get
like
that
the thing
entirely.
at the start of the year where it was, or during the year where it was like, it's going to be Sean O'Malley, it's going to be Sean Strickland and Colby Covington all going to get belts. And look, it's almost like Thanos collecting Infinity Stones. This is like the last Infinity Stone. Do you know what I mean? So,
It's wild.
and it's inevitable.
Yeah. And
Fear from it, run from it. Destiny still arrives. So you never know. Tuto says JK Colby is a harder hitter puncher than Leon. But Leon is a smarter fighter overall, he means.
I hear what you're saying. I actually would say Colby's
Fair
smarter,
opinion?
personally.
Okay.
Because he touches and he mixes chains like wrestling so well.